This final video is going to review how you can create an intelligent agent that gets triggered by a release condition in your course. So this will give you a lot more functionality of the IA tool beyond just looking at login or course activity, and you can really help to tailor the IAs to your specific students and your specific course and use it for your purposes and more as you see fit. So a common strategy that I have seen many people use for the IAs based on release conditions is to send a message when students haven't handed something into an assignment Dropbox and the deadline is passed. And I think that's a good strategy. So since I've commonly seen it, I want to focus on another strategy that you may use. So I'm going to create an IA that will email students when they finish our upcoming mid-unit test in 4U biology. I'm calling it Finish Check-In. So the purpose behind doing this is just because, as teachers, we know that a little bit of praise and positive reinforcement can go a long way. And sometimes it can even go farther than just those persistent reminders that students are missing work. So we will say Finish Check-In, that will be our name for it. Again, we want only students to trigger this IA. And then release conditions. I'm going to create and attach one for the sake of this video. This video won't go into release conditions, so if anyone has a question about how to set these up, then feel free to email me. I love talking about release conditions. So we're going to go to quizzes and choose completed quiz attempt because I want the system to send kids a message when they finish their quiz. And then we've got all the quizzes here in 4U biology, so there's quite a few. The mid-unit check-in is the one that's coming up for us. So just after the one attempt, we want the IA to send the message. We'll leave it on the first repetition setting, and we will send an email. So in the to section of the email, I'm just going to put the initiating user. So this will be the student who triggers the IA, as in the student who's finished their quiz. I'm not going to copy myself just because I'm not using this for tracking purposes. This is just a nice way to sort of offer congratulations and praise for the students who are meeting the expectations in your course. So then for the subject line, this could take many different forms. I'm just going to say, congratulations to the student and use their first name because they've completed their Unit 2 mid-unit check-in. And then again, the message that you may send can be highly personalized to you and your students and anything that may have been going on in your course. In this example, I'm just going to congratulate the students for finishing their mid-unit check-in before the deadline. I think offering praise for the students who are timely is a really good way to reinforce those good time management skills in students just by recognizing all their hard work. So we'll thank them for all the time and effort they've given to 4U biology so far, acknowledge them, say that we notice and appreciate their work, and just have a nice keep it up kind of message there. And then based on the schedule, if you were creating this IA to run after a deadline on an assignment had passed, then in this case, this will be the same thing just for a quiz. So the agent will run once, and since we only want it to run on the one day, my students have to complete their check-in before April 29th. So we'll make that the start and the end day. And then this means that on April 29th, the agent's going to run. It's going to look for what students had completed this quiz before the deadline, and then it's just going to automatically send them a nice message. So then they get, just something nice to say, thank you for all your work. Thank you for being timely. I really appreciate you, and keep it up. And then there are many other different IAs that you could set up based on the release conditions. This is just one from my specific course. And if anyone would ever like to talk ideas, then please send me a message.